1240 WJON.
Welcome back. It's 10:42. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you're all having a wonderful day at home with your families, getting a little bit of work done. I've realized that by being at home today, for whatever reason, all of that commute time when you're trying to drive here and there, I've actually found some time to get more things done than I thought I was going to be able to, and I feel pretty good today. And I'm really glad that we have with us Melanie Halter. She joins us each week for Wellness Wednesday. And Melanie, I want to know, how are you doing? How is your family holding up at home, spending so much time together?
Yeah, such a loaded question, right? Um, we're hanging in there. We are hanging in there. I mean, some days are, we have some really good, forced family bonding moments, and then other days it seems really hard. We've been navigating the distance learning and trying to figure out some schedules around that, but overall we're doing okay.
Yeah. Are your kids being creative more than normal, thinking of ways to fill their time, or are they pretty much not really affected? They like having mom and dad around, and all is well, and it seems the same to them.
Yeah, my high schooler, she really was enjoying high school this year, and so I think she's missing out on all those things. And May they had like a lot of different end of the year, like the Valley Fair, field trips, and some of those things. So they're definitely missing the school routine and their friends. We've had to get a little bit creative around here just with traditions. It was my son's birthday on Saturday, and so his hockey team, huge shout out to the Sauk Rapids hockey team, they did a parade by our house. And so that was really touching. I bawled like the ugly tears, like that, the big cry.
Yeah, like the song Cry Pretty. Yeah,
exactly. And it was so sweet for them. And other community members too joined them in. It wasn't just them, but it was really touching to celebrate. And it was really cool, like a parade in a reverse, like they were throwing us the candy, which was awesome. So just we're figuring out how to do those traditions, differently. So
it's interesting. I was talking to one of my co-hosts for our sister station, Minnesota's New Country, and he was saying, he had snow tires on his vehicle. They needed to get those off, and he went to one of the places that deals with it, and he said, you know what? It was great. They had it all figured out. I went there. I never got out of my vehicle. They took me right in and kind of put him up on the lift in his vehicle. He never had to get out or anything, and they got the snow tires off.
Well, there you go.
Businesses are figuring things out. Families are figuring things out. What are you talking about this week with, your, helping people out with your wellness?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna, for those of you that will catch this later, right now we are having a really big sale at Joy Health and Wellness when it comes to the eat at home meal plans, because we're all, for the most part, eating at home, right? And so there's actually a meal planning system that's called Eat at Home. And it is such a slick way to do your menu planning. And they have a sale going on now through April 18th. And they have all kinds of different like styles of eating, if you will. So they have a no flour, no sugar plan. So if that's something that you're following in your eating system, they have some really great resources around that. So some recipes for the no flour, no sugar. They have a 15-minute beans and rice. They have, they always have a salad of the week, which is really nice. And even if I don't follow that meal plan necessarily all week, I always look at their salads because sometimes it's hard to come up with a good salad. And they also have a slow cooker and Instapot combo meal plan. So if you are looking for some slow cooker Instapot recipes, they have a whole month's worth that are all ready to go. So some slow cooker Instapot ones they have this month is a lemon chicken baked on a bed of sauerkraut, kale, and quinoa. And they also have a ham Caribbean recipe on there with sweet mashed potatoes, salad and salad greens with berries, and then they have like a dessert, a blueberry crisp. Doesn't that sound yummy to do in your Instapot?
Yes.
Yeah. They also have like just a traditional one if you're not following, any sort of necessary like diet restrictions, and they have some Kentucky hot brown bake with some kale chips. They have a Tex-Mex shepherd's pie, and they also have a whole food plant-based meal plan. That is something that's newer. So they have like a tofu scramble over fries, a 15-minute bean and kale soup, just some really easy, takes the thinking out. And it's every month you get this in your email, and you can decide which menus you want to do. They have the recipes done, they have your grocery list done. So it just really takes the stress and the thinking of what you're going to eat away, which is really, really nice.
I like that. That's kind of a neat plan. And so they can, how do they find that?
Yeah, I'll have the discount
Okay.
code on my Facebook site. It's 30% off right now. So if you just go Facebook, type in Joy Health and Wellness. At the top of the page, I'll have the discount code for the Eat at Home meal plan. And so right now, usually it costs for the year around like the $80 mark. And right now they're giving the whole thing away for under $60. It's right around that that $60 mark, $58. You get access for it for the entire year. So it's a really good deal right now.
Okay, and so they send you these plans through the email, and you got your grocery list. You can actually type it all into your favorite grocery store and actually just go pick it up at the curbside pickup.
Exactly, or even I don't know if they're still delivering. Like we would use Instacart quite a bit.
Yeah.
And we would just have it delivered right there. And they also have a really nice feature. They do a freezer meal plan every month too. So if you're one of those people that like to really plan ahead and do that batch cooking, they have a whole freezer section. So you can maybe pound out like 4 to 8 meals in a couple hours, freeze them, and then just use that in your meal planning too. So it's super organized. It doesn't take a lot of time to go through. It's a really great system.
Wow, I like that idea. I always think about in my house lately, I haven't been cooking for my kids the way I used to. I've really been cutting back on the groceries because I realized I was throwing so much away, but they're older. They're 20 and 19 and 26. And so they all have different ideas of what they need to have to maintain their weight. And they all of them are so different. So one of them I take care of pretty much. He's still a college student. The other two, one works all the time. So he gets his food while he's out. And when he comes home, he's so tired he doesn't want to eat. Then the other one's, he's on his own health kick, like his own. I mean, we have 2 different eating plans. So something like this might be kind of interesting for my house, where I can pick and choose different plans to see something that might work for everybody.
Absolutely. And that's how I used it with my family too, back in the old normal, right?
Yeah.
Like how it's designed is you can just kind of click on it and you can just kind of pick one or the other to do. But how we use it as a family, like usually over the weekends, my eating would just be more, either going out to eat or not quite as restricted. And so when I would do my menu planning, I would always look at their salads, and that's what I would have on Monday, just as like a fresh start. I'd just go right to their salads. And then when we were in the school grind of things, we would have really busy Wednesday nights. And so Wednesday was always an Instapot meal. And so I just I would kind of pick and choose. And then Fridays was more of a fun meal. So it was more like the homemade pizzas or something that's just a little bit more, a little bit more fun to eat. So you can really use this in a lot of different ways.
I like it. I think and it looks like it's laid out pretty simple. It's easy to use.
And if you, I know you can kind of see my screen right now, but if you click on the little fork, it'll show you a picture of what the meal looks like, which is always kind of helpful. You can see what it looks like. And then if you, another thing, they have like a large plan and a small plan. So if you want the 3 to 4 servings, you can just click on that. The 6 to 8 servings, you can click on that download. And everything is really color coordinated. So if you did not want to eat, like we're not a huge fish food in our house, so I wouldn't use this salmon everything that the salmon needs is in red. So it's really easy at a glance just to cross
Oh,
those things off your grocery list.
right.
It's just organized really nicely. And then they have, if you look at the ingredients on there, there's nothing where you're like, I don't even know where that is, to find it in your grocery store. It's a lot of just everyday items, and it's just very, very basic things. They always give you a serving side. So like this one, I'm looking at the 15-minute Mexican beans and rice. And then they have a cilantro lime broccoli slaw as a side. So it's kind of nice. You don't even have to think about your sides.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, they just take all of the thinking, all of the thinking out for you, which sometimes it's just really nice,
No, I'm just curious if you've looked with those recipes. Sometimes you can get a recipe and they'll kind of give you a calorie count and a breakdown of carbs and all that. Do you know if they have
Yeah.
that available?
Boy, that is a
You would
really good
treating?
question. I want to say they do have that, and let's just see. They have a search feature here. Let me see if they have that. That's a really good question. Yes. So if you look under here, it'll say, oh, that just
Oh,
says the calories. Can you see the calories
yeah,
on
but
there?
that helps. That helps for a lot of folks. Calories for this particular recipe we're looking at is a grilled chicken stir fry
Yep.
noodle bowl, and it's I think it says 651 calories.
Yes. Yep. Yep. And so they do have that. And then here at the bottom is your
Yep.
breakdown.
There
So
you
they
go.
have
Calories,
carbs.
carbs, protein, fat, everything. Yeah, that is super helpful because a lot of people need that, for special diets.
Yeah, absolutely. They have everything broken down right there. And then this even has like the picture right on the recipe. So if you wanted to print it out, it's all right there. But it's just been a lifesaver for my family. And we've used it for almost a year. It'll be a year in May. This was actually a Mother's Day gift to me from my mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
I see it has a feature where you can add stuff to your favorites, so you can go back to get some of your favorite. Have you utilized that feature?
I haven't utilized the feature one. Let me see if I can, was that in with the, well,
It
down
was like
here?
right at the end of a recipe. It said, "Hey, do you want to?" You read it, you can make it, and then it says, "Would you like to add to your favorites?" So I was thinking it'd be nice to actually be able to eat it and then go add it to your favorites if you
Yes.
decide that that's one that everybody loved and could be like a once a month or once every other week kind of meal.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have to go back and look at that. I haven't done any favorites yet, but now that you pointed that out, I'll have to check that out. And yeah, here's the different meal plans. I mean, it's that traditional, wholesome, slow cooker, no flour, no sugar, and then they have that the no grain too. And
Okay.
yeah, they have lots of different little symbols, like you can make meals under 15 minutes. These are great to freeze. They have that whole Instapot one. You can put it's not necessarily an app, but you can definitely save it on your phone or on your computer. And it's just been a really nice way to get those dinner plans just done. Just a nice, easy
Yeah.
planning tool. I highly recommend it.
Well, what a great gift for people that, have families that they're cooking. And I love to cook. And then I typically end up making the same thing over and over. My kids get a little bit bored when I do that.
Right.
So this would be fun to have something different.
Yeah, and really easy if you have like older kids, like middle school and up, instead of like going through recipe books, or sometimes you can get lost in Pinterest, or even when you're on Pinterest, sometimes the picture might look great, but you're like, these ingredients are going to cost me $80,
Yeah.
just to buy the ingredients. This is just a really easy tool that even your kids can manage. And if you notice, like this one is that no flour, no sugar, you
Yep.
just toggle over and then the recipes change. So every week they have new ones on there. So you literally have your whole month. It's just all right there. So
I like it.
super
That's really
easy,
nice.
easy to use. Yeah. So that special is going on until the 18th, until Saturday. And then just a few other things, to note here is we are still doing the Join the Journey Nutrition Challenge, and that's a private Facebook group. We're just finishing that first week, and it's been really motivating to see what people are posting on there. So we make our plans for Sunday, what we're going to eat. that accountability post for Monday, like, did you actually make what you
Right.
said you were going to plan, that follow through? Tracking your food on Tuesday and posting, what you're actually eating. Water Wednesday, I've got my water bottle here,
Me
working
too.
on that today. Yay! And that VeggieTale Thursdays, it's working on those vegetables, adding them into every meal. And then I just offer super quick, like 4-line little rhymey grace prayer that you can say before your meals, just to focus on that gratitude piece. Fix It Friday is just thinking about eating with more intention. And so I know on last Friday I had on jeans for the first time in a long, and I actually like did my hair and put makeup on, and when I ate dinner on Friday, I was a little bit more fancy than I was,
Yeah.
earlier in the week, just to get to a meal, and just be intentional about thinking about that meal. And then super salad Saturday, depending, on our crazy Minnesota weather, sometimes a salad, it's like, it's cold outside,
Yeah.
the soup is better. And I just share recipes of different soups and salads on Saturday. So it's never too late to join that group. If that's something that you want to do, you want to hop in on, just find me on Facebook, send me a message, and I can definitely help you with that. And then on that page too, if you go check it out, I'm doing daily Zoom check-ins. So if you are struggling with a health challenge right now, or just need to talk to somebody, or you just really need some support and accountability, just hop on a Zoom. We can talk it out. It'll be just like this. I've had people that have hopped on and we visited for like 40 minutes. I've had people hop on and it's just kind of a 10-minute check. They'll say at the beginning of the call, I need to make my meal plan, or I need to go exercise. I just need to tell it to somebody. And they'll
Yeah.
go do it. And then right before the 3 o'clock time comes on, they'll hop back on and be like, yes, I did it. Thanks for holding me accountable. So know that that's available for you as well.
Okay, now we just got about a minute left here. And if people are saying, okay, I'm really interested in these meal plans, I'm really interested, I just want somebody to talk to just a little bit during the week outside of my darn house. It's on the same page as me, and Melanie sounds like that person. Again, how do we get a hold of you just in general? And then we can follow through with all the things that we want to choose from.
Perfect. Find me on Facebook, just in the search bar, type in Joy Health and Wellness. This page should pop up. It's got some fruit and veggies on the background, and either just message me through Facebook or go check out the Facebook page, and that's how you can find me.
All right. Melanie, it was fun to have you here again today. Thank you so much. I'll see you again on Facebook shortly.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kelly. Have a great rest of your day.
Right. It's Melanie Halter for Wellness Wednesday. Some great tips and great ideas. We're all trying to be creative in the kitchen. So right now is a fun time to do it with all that recipe planning. It sounds like a fun time. All right. We appreciate you being here. By the way, if you have ideas for the show,